Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Sarah Osman, and I'll be your lead public health preparedness trainer for today's session. Before we start, I'd like to thank you all for joining our training today. As we all know, it's very important for us here at the Health District to always stay aware and on top of all infectious agents that emerge, and also learn how to protect ourselves in order to ensure a better and safe community. Okay, let's get started. Listeria is a type of disease-causing bacteria that can be found in many places, including soil, water, sewage, rotting vegetation, as well as animals. This bacteria often affects foods such as raw chicken, dairy processed meats, as well as smoked seafood. So unlike other food-borne illness-causing bacteria, Listeria actually thrives in cool and damp environments, and it can also survive in oxygen-poor conditions, meaning even vacuum-packed foods are not free from concerns. And here are some high-risk foods. Listeriosis is the name of the illness. It's the bacterial infection caused by the Listeria bacteria. It primarily affects the nervous system, blood, and the GI tract. It can often lead to severe complications, especially in high-risk populations. Infections during pregnancies can result in miscarriages or stillbirths. So some of the symptoms of a Listeria infection include flu-like symptoms, loss of balance, seizures, diarrhea, stiff neck, and in the case of pregnant women, miscarriage and stillbirth. And in the case of neonatal listeriosis, it can lead to premature death. So symptoms of illness usually start within 24 hours to 2 weeks after eating food contaminated with Listeria. So Listeria is a food, the Listeria monocytogenes bacterium is known as an opportunistic pathogen, meaning those that are already ill or have a low immune system are most likely to suffer from an infection. Hence our high-risk groups. Those include pregnant women, newborns, elderly adults, and immunocompromised individuals, just to list some. So how does it spread? So Listeria does not spread through direct human contact like colds or flus. It is primarily contacted through contaminated food, hence its foodborne transmission. Listeria can also cross the placenta if a pregnant woman becomes infected, leading to severe complications such as miscarriages, stillbirth, or premature birth. So mother-to-fetus transmission. Also causing neonatal listeriosis, the infection in newborns, which can often lead to sepsis and meningitis. The incubation period for this bacteria is usually between 3 to 70 days. Symptoms usually appear within a month. Listeria can also persist on surfaces. Hence, here are some high-risk places for contamination, such as salad bars and delis. So why is Listeria a concern? Nearly 1,600 people every year contract listeriosis in the US, costing us 2.3 billion in hospitalizations. And it also has a high fatality rate of 20%, which can sometimes approach to 25% in those high-risk groups when they acquire a severe form of the infection. In comparison, salmonellosis actually has a mortality rate of estimated less than 1%. Also, nearly 100% of people who contract this infection are hospitalized. Some clinical and environmental testing that could be done. So the primary test to confirm the infection is done through a blood culture. And in the case of pregnant women, a placental or amniotic fluid culture is done. And some environmental testing is usually done on food production plants to test water and soil, as well as commercial kitchens and retail stores. So how do we stay safe and how do we protect our community? We could just, by having proper hand hygiene and proper food handling, as well as trying to avoid high-risk foods that we discussed earlier, as well as regular cleaning and sterilization of surfaces. And then for our environmental aspects of things, we could do routine inspections and monitoring foodborne illness outbreaks, as well as rapid response protocols for suspected cases. And most importantly, community education and food safety. Okay, that includes our presentation for today. Thank you for attending.